When I ask someone, what do you want in your love life? A lot of women can tell you what they don't want, big time. So we're looking at a profile and we go, no, that's not what I want. And without that clarity of this is what I want, you miss really good men. That's a huge issue for most women.
Did you push record?
Thanks so much for tuning in again to our second act with Paige and Silka. I'm happy that Lisa Copeland is here for another segment on how to find love after 50. Thanks for staying with us, Lisa.
Oh, my pleasure. It's fun to be here with you, Silka.
Well, in case you missed our first segment, we will link to that, where Lisa clarified that in order to start again, you need to make sure you're healed and that you're ready to get out there. Now that we've determined we're ready to get out there, Lisa, what's the next thing that we need to be aware of that may be different than when we were, dating 20 years ago?
Well, there's two things to be aware of, and they both revolve around men. The first one is understanding who these over 50s men are. And then the second one is understanding who the right man is for you.
So are you saying that a mistake that women make is expecting or looking for the kind of man they first date, that we were dating in our 20s or 30s?
Well, that is a big problem that we are still looking for that kind of guy because we don't see ourselves aging. And we don't see our friends aging unless we haven't seen them in a long time. But nowadays with Facebook, we see everybody every minute of their life now. So we're shocked when we go online and we see these people that look like our parents and grandparents. But we really do look like that. We don't see it because our hair is longer. We still wear jeans. So we get out into the dating world and we're looking for that hot, study guy. And in over 50s dating, they could be attractive, but we're all aging and we are all looking a lot different. So women get a little, and men get a little messed up on this point of view, and they go on a date and they're looking for hot chemistry or this huge attraction factor. And for women, as you get to know a man, and get to know his personality, he becomes more attractive to you.
That is such a great point that you just made. And my friend Karen, who's been on the show a lot, I helped her online date at 59. And that is exactly, you described her to a T. So thank you for bringing that up. She didn't mind me telling you this, but she's an attractive woman. She, at 59, very healthy, fit, etc. And we're going through the pictures. She's, oh my God, look at all these old men. It's like, I'm not. I said, Karen, this one's like 2 years younger than you.
That's right.
Yeah, and she is and I'm happy to say, with a man now that she met online on Match. They're perfect for each other. I mean, they're like meant to be. But that's only because she was, I kept pushing her to not give up and then to go out with somebody that she may not be initially like, not that she wasn't attracted to him, but it wasn't like this, oh, wow, he's gorgeous. So she just made your case. Anyway, I digress.
Well, a lot of women are actually looking for a needle in a haystack. When I ask someone, what do you want in your love life? A lot of women can tell you what they don't want, big time. And the problem is if you believe in the law of attraction, the universe doesn't know the difference between what you don't want and what you want. So you need to focus on what you want. And oftentimes we're not clear. So we're looking at a profile and we go, no, that's not what I want. And without that clarity of this is what I want, you miss really good men. That's a huge issue for most women. And they also look for chemistry. Now, chemistry comes from our DNA coding back in the day when we were young, but also back in the day from the caveman days. And what happened back then is you were looking for someone that you could mate with and who would create strong children for you because they had to survive. And that was chemistry. But truthfully, chemistry nowadays is not as important it's nice to be attractive. Chemistry can grow, and that's a much better thing as slow grow chemistry. What you really want is someone that's going to be there to have fun with, to support you through the ups and downs of life, for you to support them, to go on vacations with, to go out with friends with, and to be a great companion and a lot of fun, as however you choose to make the relationship. Chemistry is not sustainable. It's a hormone. That is all it is. Go back to my 2-year marriage, which I mentioned in our first video. I cried when he left. It was like the chemistry was so intense. And if you have this kind of chemistry with someone, it feels good in the beginning, but it doesn't let you build a friendship. And you need, when you want to have a good relationship, you need a heart connection, a friendship, and some type of intimacy connection. And the three together are what give you the potential. And had I known this when I was dating my second husband, I would have said, uh-oh, we're missing a friendship, because it was all chemistry.
Mm-hmm. So when you work with your clients, your coaching clients, Lisa, how do you help them identify that? Do you make lists too? I mean, what's a good like a takeaway tidbit we can give our viewers?
Well, we create together what's called a quality man template, because you need to get this clarity. And it is more than just he has a certain job, a certain look, and chemistry. It has to be what's important to you, what values match. Because you can have all the qualities on your list, every single one of them, and the relationship doesn't work. And probably the reason is he either has a deal breaker, or your values do not match each other's values. And that's a huge issue. You really, really need that. And you can't tell that from someone's picture. That takes time to get to know. You also have to get really well aware of the type of man you're attracted to, and probably stay away from him, because if that type of man was good for you, you would be with him. Yeah. And that's why you need to really go out there and date all types of people. But when women work with me and they create this template with me, what happens is number one, they stop looking for the needle in the haystack. All of a sudden, they can see different men. Mm-hmm. And number two is that more quality men start showing up that are a better match for them. And if the chemistry's not there right away, but the guy's got everything on their template, they stay with it. And then the chemistry has a chance to grow.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that was hard. I remember that was hard for me. It was, dating somebody. Even when I was young, I never went out with anybody unless I thought I could marry them. Of course, I was young and stupid. And then
it's a different time. That's what your DNA coding was for that.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, we're coming to the end of this segment now. And is there anything you want to add about expectations, managing your expectations when you're putting yourself back out there?
Get really clear on your values, because that is, and how you want to feel around a man. Those are the two things that are really going to identify if he's a good fit for you. And I'm not saying the chemistry, how you want to feel around a man. I'm saying, does he make me feel good? Do I feel loved? Do I feel cherished? Do I feel adored? Or do I feel like I'm defensive all the time? You don't want someone like that, no matter how much chemistry you have. And also, besides that, the values. You have to share each other's values. So if you don't, your relationship's going to fall apart.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, thank you for that. Will you stay with us now for one more segment? I'd like to start diving into, what this online world looks like now. I know it's changed since I was out there. So thanks for, staying over, and we'll see you on the next segment of Our Second Act with Paige and Silka. Thanks again for joining us today. I hope you found this information helpful. If you haven't already done so, please just take 1 second to subscribe to our channel. The button's right over here. And for more videos on finding love again after 50, please visit our website, secondact.tv. See you soon.